Hello friend, I'm Laia. Welcome to this Vinyasa Yoga Flow to invoke fun, joy, and goodness in your life. I have a friend that often says, I don't take myself seriously, I only take the work and the things that I do seriously. And I find that a very liberating thought. Of course, I have to put an intention and sometimes seriousness into a lot of the work that I do, and I wouldn't want it any other way. But there are also parts of our lives where we tend to keep that rigidity, where we could just relax, have more fun, and connect to the joy within us. So this is a yoga practice where I'll offer options for accessibility so that you can choose what works for your body and for your energy today. But I invite you to really let go of the need to be perfect in the poses or push yourself to the maximum effort. Consider that you can just relax, have some fun, and enjoy yourself on the mat. Let's get started. Bring yourself to a comfortable seated position, perhaps cross-legged, and just take a moment to even out the weight between your sitting bones. Elongate your spine, relax your shoulders down and away from the ears, and eventually maybe soften your gaze down or close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, letting it expand into the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Open your mouth, let it go. And do that 2 more times, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose or the mouth. Letting yourself arrive into your practice. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Allowing yourself to start to sway back and forth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the movement be so small, almost unperceivable. Perhaps you also rock a little bit side to side. But keep your spine long and your breath steady. Deep breath in. And on your exhalation, pause any movement and find stillness again. Reach your arms out and up. Breathe in, palms unite overhead. On the exhalation, draw your hands together in front of your heart and allow them to remain there. Or maybe you bring one hand to your abdomen, one hand to the heart. Taking a moment to notice how you feel physically, what's going on in your mind, how you feel energetically as well. And for a moment, I invite you to consider what is one thing that you could do right now in your practice to just have a little bit more fun. Perhaps consider what fun means to you if you're not entirely sure. Deep breath in. Side out. Release your hands. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Palms unite overhead. Exhale again, draw the hands and the energy down in front of the heart. Inhale, open your arms wide to the sides. Lift your chest a little bit. Exhale, lower your left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Find length first here. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend your left elbow and then lean toward the left, extending through the right side body. Maybe your gaze goes over to the right. Back through center as you inhale, reach both arms up. Palms unite overhead. Exhale, draw your hands together in front of your heart. Open your arms to the sides like a T. Breathe in. Breathe out this time, right hand down, left arm up. Inhale here to find length. Exhale, bend into your right elbow and lean toward the right, opening the left side body. Maybe you look to the left. Inhale, coming back through center, reach both arms up. Exhale, unite your palms, bring them in front of the heart. Press through the fingertips, through the palms. Relax your shoulders and your elbows. Inhale, open your arms wide. Exhale, take your hands to the floor behind you. Press through the palms, lift the chest. Maybe lift your hips as well if you want to open up a bit more through the entire front body. And on the exhalation, lower your hips down. Bring your legs around to either side and bring yourself toward a tabletop position, hands and knees. Take a moment to establish stability here by bringing your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Inhale, lift your tailbone, dip the belly, look forward or up. Exhale, round your spine and gaze down. One more just like that. Inhale to arc and lift, cow pose. Exhale to round. Bring your spine to neutral. Inhale, take your right leg behind you. Keep your toes on the ground or let them float, whatever feels best for you. Exhale here. One more, inhale. Exhale, draw your right knee toward the chest. Maybe the foot floats as it gets there, or maybe you grab your ankle with your right hand and help the foot land between your hands. Keep your foot framed with the hands, or take your hands to your right thigh as you lift your chest. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Remain here, or on your next inhalation, take your arms out and up, palms unite overhead. Exhale, draw your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, open your arms out to the sides. Exhale, left hand could come to the hip or down toward a block or the floor as you reach your right arm up. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, lean a little bit more toward the left. Maybe your gaze goes over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Reach both arms up, palms unite. Maybe if you're wobbly, you enjoy it. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Open your arms wide. Breathe in. Breathe out this time. Right hand to the hip or down toward the block or the floor. Left arm reaches up. Breathe in. Breathe out, lean toward the right as little or as much as feels good in your body. Inhale, back through center, reach both arms. Exhale, frame your right leg with both hands. Take your right leg behind you. Breathe in, let the toes float. And breathe out, take your right leg across to the left, plant your toes. And then gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Return everything to center. Right toes float behind you. Inhale. Exhale, left knee meets right. Shift your weight slightly forward, find a knee plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower yourself down to your abdomen, hands underneath your shoulders, toes point back. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, bring yourself back, walk your hands back once again for tabletop. Find your stability. Inhale, take your left leg behind you, toes on the ground or floating. Exhale here, engaging the core, breathe in. Maybe this time your toes float. Breathe out, left knee toward the chest. You could drag the toes or let them float. Left foot between the hands with help or without. Stack your left ankle underneath the left knee. Take a moment to find your stability on your low lunge. And perhaps your hands come onto your left thigh as you lift your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay here or inhale, reach both arms up, palms unite overhead. Exhale, draw your hands together in front of the heart. Open them out to the sides. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to your hip, left arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out, lean toward the right. Your right hand could find a block or the floor. Stretch the left side body. Come back through center, arms rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Find your stability. Press down through the right foot. Inhale, open your arms out to the sides. Exhale, left hand to your hip or down toward the block or the floor. Lengthen your right arm high. Exhale, lean a little bit toward the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale back through center, reach your arms. Exhale, frame your left leg with both hands. Slide your left leg behind you, let it float for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out, take your toes over to the right. Plant them down and gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Come back through center, float your toes behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out, left knee next to the right. Shift your weight forward, knee plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to your abdomen. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Open through the front body. Exhale, bring your hips back. Stay in tabletop, or if you rather, tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back as you lift your knees, finding downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Feel free to pedal out your legs in down dog or create any other movement in tabletop, wherever you happen to be. Deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. Gaze to the top of the mat as you inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and take as many steps as you want to make your way to the top of the mat. Your hands could be on the ground, your shins, your thighs. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees enough to that so that the torso can rest over the thighs. Relax your head. Press down through your feet. Inhale, slowly rise. Take your arms out to the sides and all the way up. Stretch. Palms unite overhead. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart and then release them next to you by the hips. Shift back and forth for a moment as you breathe in and out. Also shift side to side. Notice how you feel. And once again, consider how can you add a little bit of fun, a little bit of lightness into your yoga practice today. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, palms unite. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forward. Relax your head down, hands toward the earth. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, frame your right foot. Exhale, step your left foot back. You could lower your left knee. You could keep it off the floor. It's up to you. Engage your core. Inhale, rise. Take your arms out to the sides and all the way up. Unite your palms overhead. Exhale, draw your hands together in front of the heart. Breathe in here. Breathe out, pivot your left heel to the floor. Turn your upper body toward the left. Keep your right knee bent, hands in front of the heart. Open your arms wide. Inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, maybe bend into warrior two, just a bit more. Now inhale, take your right arm up, left arm lowers to your left leg, or perhaps it comes in front of the body toward the right hip. Exhale, lean back, keep the right knee bent. Perhaps you extend through the right leg. Inhale and exhale. Whether your knee is bent or extended, bring your arms to the horizon, bring your torso to neutral. Inhale here. Exhale, rebend the right knee for warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Take your right leg back to meet your left for plank. Your right leg could hover if you want to. Inhale. Exhale, lower down knees, chest and chin, or slow, controlled chaturanga. Inhale, both toes to the ground. Lift your chest, upward dog. Exhale, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze to the top of the mat as you inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, make your way there. Take your time. Hands to the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your head. Bend the knees as much as you need to or want to. Inhale, rise. Stretch your arms. Extend. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. And then release them next to your body as you once again move a little back and forth, breathing in and out. And then a little side to side, finding your center. Inhale. And exhale. Press evenly through both feet. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Relax the head down toward the earth. Inhale, flat back. Frame your left foot with both hands. Exhale, this time step your right foot all the way back. Knee could be down or lifted. Press down. Inhale, rise. Take your arms out and up. Palms unite overhead. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Now rotate toward the long side of the mat as you pivot your right heel to the floor. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Take a moment to notice how this feels. And on your next inhalation, extend your arms, left arm forward, right arm back. Follow the left hand with your gaze. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe settle into warrior two, Virabhadrasana two, just a bit more. Now on your inhalation, take your left arm up and your right hand either to your hip or slide it in front of you toward your left hip. And on the exhalation, stay or lean back, opening a bit more the left side body. You could stay with your left knee bent or extend it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Arms to the horizon, torso nice and steady. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend into your left knee again. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Square your hips. Step your left foot back for plank or let it float behind you for three-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Open up through the front body. Exhale, hips up and back for downward dog. Deep inhalation. Slow, steady exhalation. Gaze to the top of the mat. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, step or float to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, stretch up. Reach both arms overhead. Find length. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart and then all the way down next to the body. Sway back and forth. Side to side. Notice how you feel. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Now bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight toward your right foot and start to lift your left heel off the ground. Perhaps your left toes float as well as your knee comes in front of you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach your arms up as you inhale. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, start to shift your weight forward. Keep your balance. Allow the torso to become parallel to the ground and the left leg starts to extend behind you. Try to create a nice straight line with your body. Breathe in. Now as you breathe out, start to rotate your body toward the left. Perhaps your left arm goes up and your right hand comes down toward a block, toward the floor, or everything could float. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend your standing leg and step your left foot all the way back. Find yourself in warrior two. Bending your right knee, readjust your stance. Inhale, take your right arm up, left arm in front of you toward your right hip. Exhale, lean back. Extend your right leg, breathe in. Breathe out. Arms to the horizon. Inhale, reach your right fingertips past your right toes this time. Exhale, right hand lands anywhere on your right leg. Left arm comes up. Rotate toward the left. Maybe your gaze goes up toward your left hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend your right knee. Cartwheel your hands to the floor, plank or three-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gaze to the top of the mat, bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale, make your way there. Flat back to breathe in. Fold to breathe out. Rise up. Inhale, stretch. Find length. Exhale, release your arms all the way down next to the body. This time, shift your weight toward your left foot. Bring your hands up. Inhale. Lift your right heel. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Maybe float your right toes in front of you. Inhaling here. Find balance onto your left leg. And again, if you're wobbly, how seriously are you taking yourself and why? And on the exhalation, torso goes down parallel toward the earth. As you begin to extend your right leg behind you, press it back as if you were pressing it onto an imaginary wall. You could stay here practicing warrior three, or start to rotate your chest to the right. Your toes, your right toes also turn to the right. Left hand could come down, right arm could lift. Wobble, find your balance, lose it, and find it again. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften your standing leg, right toe step back. Find your warrior two. Take a moment to readjust the shape. Inhale, left arm up, right arm in front of your left hip. Exhale, lean back. Extend your left leg, breathe in. Breathe out. Arms to the horizon, keep your left leg extended. Inhale, reach past your left toes. Exhale, left hand anywhere on your left leg, right arm up. Continue to rotate your chest toward the right. Right rib cage back, left rib cage forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Rise up as you inhale. Bend into your left knee as you exhale. Cartwheel your hands down, plank or three-legged plank. Breathe in, breathe out, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhalation. Slow exhalation. Gaze to the top, breathe in. And as you breathe out, this time take your toes to the outside of your hands. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And allow your hips to lower down halfway or most of the way. Your hands could stay on the ground, or you could bring your hands together in front of your heart and lift your chest. Notice the sensations that arise and stay with it just for a couple more breaths, whether you feel comfortable or uncomfortable. It's part of the experience. You got this. Inhale. And on the exhalation, hands toward the floor in front of you, heels out, toes in, extend the legs and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, either heel toe your feet toward one another or float them parallel to one another. Flat back, inhale. Fold to exhale. Inhale, rise, stretch. Take your arms all the way out and up. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. And then come up to your tippy toes. You could stay here, playing with that. Or maybe you start to lower your hips down, 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 down toward the heels. And you could play here with toe stand, keeping your hands in front of the heart. Maybe your fingertips come next to you. If crow is in your practice, maybe you take some time to take your hands to the floor. Take your elbows, or your knees rather, toward your triceps. And then keeping your gaze really forward, you can start to play with lifting one foot and lowering. Then lifting the other and lowering. If you have a full crow practice, feel free to do it. Also feel free to continue to play here with your toe stand. Notice I'm not demonstrating crow. That's okay. Doing crow doesn't make you a better person. Not today, not ever. So take yourself a little less seriously. Breathe in. And as you breathe out from wherever you are, start to bring your bum to the ground. Shake out your legs. Notice how you feel. Whatever shape you chose, it has the importance you choose to give it. Breathe in and breathe out. Start to slide your left leg underneath. Keep your right foot in front of the shin or across the left leg. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. And on the exhalation, let yourself twist toward the right a little, or as much as feels good. One more breath. And then on your inhalation, come back through center and switch legs. Right leg underneath, left foot either in front of the right shin or across the right knee. Lengthen the spine to breathe in and twist toward the left to breathe out. Notice how you feel. One more inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, come back through center. Uncross the legs, stretch them out in front of you. Ground the sitting bones and lengthen the spine, and then whether the legs are extended or bent is up to you. Notice here that I have a substantial bend to my knees so that I can keep my spine long. You could keep your hands next to you or even behind you to help you hinge at the hips. Or maybe you start to walk your hands forward, and then as your chest comes down toward the thighs, maybe you consider extending the legs a little bit more. But it's not so much about taking your forehead down to the knees. It's more about how much length can you find and what sensation does this bring. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly rise up. Slide toward your back. Bring your feet to the floor, knees face up toward the ceiling. And you can choose here. Maybe you keep your arms next to your body with your palms down, and on your inhalation, you lift your hips for bridge. Or perhaps you'd rather that's your choice. Take your hands by your shoulders. Make sure that if you have long hair, you move it out of the way so don't squish it. And then your fingertips should face toward the shoulders. Place your feet on the floor slightly pigeon-toed so the toes kind of face each other, and squeeze your elbows toward the side of your ears. You could stay here or start to press up into wheel. And again, wherever you are, breathe. One more breath. Inhale. And on your exhalation, slowly as you came down, or as slowly as you went up, come down. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips and let your knees move from one side to the other. And then eventually pause the movement and bring your knees toward your chest. Maybe you give yourself a hug. Moving side to side. And eventually bring yourself to a resting shape. You could lie down all the way in Shavasana. You could bring your feet wider and let your knees rest toward one another. You could also sit up. But the idea is just to give yourself permission to integrate this practice just for a few moments. So find the shape that works for you, and then bring yourself to stillness, softening your gaze down or closing your eyes. And in the same way that you chose to move and to take action, let yourself rest now. If you have extra time, of course, I invite you to stay in stillness for 3 to 5 more minutes. If it's time for you to move on with your day, start to bring movement back into your body by wiggling your fingers, moving your neck, stretching out. If you're lying down, take time to bring yourself back to a seat. Elongating the spine, relax the shoulders, soften your gaze or close your eyes. And maybe once again, you bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your abdomen. Notice your heartbeat. prana, the life force moving through you. And just recognizing perhaps if you had a little bit of fun or you found joy or lightness. How can you invite a little bit of that energy into the rest of your activities and to the rest of your day? Deep breath in. Sigh out. Once you feel complete, you can release your hands and let your eyes open again. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this Vinyasa yoga flow to take yourself a little less seriously, to find joy, to find lightness, and to have good fun. Return to this practice anytime that you want to invite this energy. And I also invite you to check out these classes. I think that you'll really like them, and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Until then, take care of yourself and be well.